Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. The bigger picture, only on Money FM 89.3.
Good morning. We have a sweet conversation ahead on The Bigger Picture with me, Audrey Siek. And as we continue to mark and celebrate SG60, it's also a great moment to look at the businesses that have grown alongside the nation. Heritage brands aren't just keepers of tradition. The most successful ones are also innovators, finding fresh ways to stay relevant while staying true to their roots. That balance between authenticity and reinvention is critical, especially when opening up to new markets and new generations of customers. And today we're speaking to someone who knows this balancing act pretty well. Jason Kwan, second-generation owner of Lana Cakes, a name synonymous with classic chocolate fudge cake and a beloved part of Singapore's food heritage. Since taking over the business from his mother, Violet, Jason has been steering Lana Cakes into the future while ensuring its soul remains intact. And we're so happy to have Jason with us. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning to you.
It's great to have you on. Love your cakes, Jason, I have to say. And we have to start with the big picture since that's what this segment is all about. And we want to talk about innovation. How do you define innovation in the context of a heritage brand like Lana Cakes?
Our approach to innovation is how to evolve and stay relevant while keeping core values that have made us successful. Lana Cake has largely been run the same way for 30 to 40 years. We focus our innovation in terms of how we streamline our processes and operations, looking at automation of some of the labor-intensive tasks, which frees our staff to be able to focus on the artistic aspects of cake making, like designing and decoration. We also do this to improve our capacity to make more cakes. Until 2019, we did not have any digital presence at all, and we didn't accept any non-cash payments. Enhance customer experience by making ourselves more accessible, especially to the younger generations, by being on digital platforms, implementing 24/7 online ordering, delivery service, and electronic payment. This has significantly improved how we communicate with customers and also ultimately increase our business. And lastly, we are very careful to introduce new items that align with our brand identity. We also reinvented and updated some of our old favorites from the past.
Let's journey back a little bit more, Jason. You took over the business from your mother back in 2016, I believe, after spending years overseas. What made you decide to come home and take on the family legacy? And what was that transition like for you personally and professionally?
What made me decide to take on the family legacy was the thought of it disappearing. For close to 3 decades, I worked in global banking and finance in Zurich, London, and Tokyo, and was reaching a career crossroads. When I learned that my mom was planning to close Lana Cakes instead of selling it, the idea of a brand that has been part of my whole life simply vanishing started to sink in. I felt I needed to step up and not let that happen. The transition was difficult both personally and professionally. The hardest part was leaving my family in Tokyo, which resulted in little family time together for what became almost 5 years.
Wow.
And professionally, pivoting from banking to baking was a challenging learning curve. And a major question has always been if our long-time customers would continue to patronize the business when my mom retired. It did, however, give me a new sense of purpose to ensure that I get it right, and that Lana continues to bring joys to customers, and that my mother's legacy continues.
Yeah, well, from banking to baking, it doesn't get much different than that, right? And speaking of getting things right, of course, with any family business, there's that push and pull between tradition and change. So what were some of the values or practices from your mother's time that you've deliberately wanted to keep? And where have you made changes to move with the times?
We are dedicated to making classic cakes using time-tested recipes and using the best available quality ingredients. Just as it was with my mom's time, we are a small, hardworking team dedicated to making the best cake possible. I think that is the charming quality of our shop that has stood the test of time as we remain committed to that homemade, artisanal approach. We bake cakes in small batches and frost them by hand. And our team, including myself, we serve customers in person. I think that allows us to build a close connection with our customers. Feedback and encouragement from our customers gave me the assurance that maybe it was the right decision to come back and carry on the business. In terms of move with the times, we finally had Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, congratulations. That's a great way to reach out to a younger generation. And heritage brands often face a balancing act of sorts, right? Preserving authenticity while still staying relevant. How do you approach that balance when it comes to stuff like branding, even product offerings?
To continue a successful heritage brand, the balancing act is important. We balance the two by keeping our approach simple and focus on what we do best. I think Lana Cakes is a testament of the idea that less is more. We don't chase fleeting trends. Our cakes still mostly come in the same shape, sizes, and packaging. Customers immediately recognize our brand from afar by the simple white box tied up with lilac ribbon. This simple branding is important as this familiarity creates trust and loyalty. My approach to business is variation without deviation from the products that define us. Our classic chocolate cake is the foundation of our brand, and when we introduce something new, it's a natural extension of our expertise. For example, our yuzu cake is a modern, refreshing take executed in our classic style. The Lana to-go cake in a jar offers our signature chocolate cake in a convenient, personal-sized portion that can be enjoyed anytime, anywhere, and easily gifted to friends and families overseas.
Perfect. Well, Jason, since we're marking SG60, I have to ask, what does it mean to you to be the steward of a brand that's been part of Singapore's story for so many decades? What's your hope for Lana Cakes as well in the next 60 years?
Lana Cake is as old as Singapore. In fact, we're turning 61 in November.
Congratulations.
The stewardship of a legacy brand is about more than just running a business. It's about honoring a legacy that is intertwined with Singapore's own story. My 2 decades working and living in Japan taught me that true longevity in business comes from unwavering passion and a relentless commitment to excellence. This principle guides me in what I want to achieve for Lana Cakes. While I've only been running Lana Cakes for 8 of its 61 years, we are dedicated to preserving what makes us special, our classic cakes and comforting taste for our customers in the years to come. My hope is that Lana Cake continues to be a source of joy and a cherished part of Singapore's culinary journey.
Wonderful. Well, as we've heard today, keeping a heritage brand alive is not just about protecting its legacy, but about innovating as well in ways that ensure it remains part of the nation's future. And here's to the next chapter of Lana Cakes and the next slice of history. Thank you so much, Jason, for joining us today.
Thank you. It was lovely.
That was Jason Kwan, second-generation owner of Lana Cakes. Lots more to come on the show. Keep it here, Money FM 89.3.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance. To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.